Hi, Leo. This is your reading for the time period of February 1st to February 29, 2020. For those of you who are new to my channel or you're visiting, welcome to Imani's Lightwork, okay? So before I begin with your reading, I want to say I have two new recent updates in my Keys to Akasha section of my channel. I have the Sarah Giyu reading. She was an aerialist for the Cirque du Soleil performance in Vegas. Then I also have Kobe Bryant's case is also covered. Please feel free to view those cases and any free time that you have for information that has not been given in the news. Okay, so I hope that you guys have been doing okay. If you do have inquiries about that section of my channel, please feel free to email me at either one of my two emails, ifadivination777@gmail.com, hassaniife777@gmail.com, or any of my Facebook outlets, which are available on the main page of my YouTube channel. And my Instagram is AmaniIfe777. I'm always on there. You can send me a message. All right. Totally available to you. Okay, so that's that. Let's get started with your energy. Okay. But I clocked in. So that was like a direct message that just came through out of nowhere. A lot of the signs are getting heavy work, heavy business deal, heavy this, that, and the third. I don't even necessarily feel like love. Love is always intertwined, but people are really set on getting their hours in, clocking in, making sure the tax paper is correct, making sure nobody's making secretive copies of tax papers behind the scenes. But I heard that happened to someone. So when I said that, I heard that happened to someone. So that could be something that you literally heard in the workplace. It could be a business deal. It could be a business deal that you're in with someone else and they're making copies of yours. They could be making copies of yours. Tax papers, making copies. If it's not only tax papers, it could be like a lesson, like whatever environment that you're working in. Could be a lesson plan. Could be something, when people type up presentations to do facilitations for conferences and those kind of things. Somebody may make copies of that. You could be the person. You could be one of those culprits. That could be a possibility, or you're just an onlooker, or you're just hearing that's happening. Family member, you're just hearing that something odd like that is happening constantly to a particular family member or a friend or colleague, co-worker, business partner that you have. So there may be a need to reveal truth to someone. Yes, that's one situation. There's a need to do that. There's a need to pull someone aside. Hey, I saw Cindy do this, that, and the third with your W-2. I saw Clara do this, that, and the third with your facilitation type up, with your essay, with your clock in, what they did with your hours, this, that, and the third. So really, it has a lot to do with you. One, the spirit is telling me it has a lot to do with combining taxes with someone. That's one situation. Then there's the spirit is also telling me, again, revealing truth and letting people know what's up, letting people know what's happening. It's telling me facilitation, letting people know what's going on with a facilitation in the workplace or a business deal. This could be just a regular business deal where someone is telling you, I want your help with facilitating this, that, and the third, but I want you to type up this, that, and the third for me, and that could either be your voice or that of another coworker, business partner, colleague. But what's happening with it is that either you're making copies of it to save for yourself, but onlooker. So when I said somebody could be, you could be an onlooker to that happening to someone else. Like I said earlier on in the reading, but pull that person aside, let them know what you see, vice versa. Okay, let's see what's going on. And the thing about it is, if it's not heavy, like it always makes it seem, the spirit always makes it seem, or just my energy, it just may sound like it may not sound like, it's not necessarily like something to necessarily worry about and be bent out of shape about. People are going to bite off of each other all the time, and that's information. It's information. It's skill. It's how people type. It's how people write. And someone, you could be open to sharing those things with people. You know what I mean? You could be open to sharing that. But someone else may not be. Some people may safeguard. Some people are very into trying to safeguard the things that they work for, like the things that they type, their essays, their 10-page research papers, you know what I mean. So there's a need to. You may not care, I mean, you do not. You may not mind sharing those things. Another, I almost said Earth. I meant to say another sign, but the spirit wants me to say Earth sign. Earth sign energy. They either care, they don't care. It just depends on what's going on in terms of special skill. I mean, everybody's creative in their own way. Everybody's creative in their own way. I believe so. But everybody needs help. Some people get stuck when it comes to creativity. It just depends on what's going on. The Magician card is underneath, but skill. So the Magician card is here because of a skill. So it could be a new skill set that you're trying to implement into your you're trying to implement into your workplace. You could be the top dog in your workplace. You could be responsible for printing out things, emailing things, making sure everybody's hours are in and clocking out, and those kind of things, and making sure people's paperwork is up to date, and that everything is correct, that everything looks precise with the information. That could be your responsibility, or someone that you possibly could be given that responsibility to. They take advantage. When I say that, they take advantage. It could be an earth sign, someone that you give that responsibility to, that just ran through just now. Someone may take advantage, and the taking advantage may be saving copies of those things that ask them to file, saving copies of those things, and that you ask someone to file what they're doing. I'll give you a perfect example. This is a business deal. This is a business deal first, or a workplace. This is, you have one designated person. However many designated people, you have one designated person that you're giving like a textbook of information to, or files to, and you're handing them over to this person. Can you file this under Jerry's name? Can you file this under Amy's name? But the spirit is saying that they're taking advantage, and the energy of the taking advantage is that they're taking the person that you're handing over like an assistant, the person that you're giving that information to. What they're doing is, with Jeremy's and Amy's paperwork in their file, they are tax paper. They're making copies of Jeremy and Amy's tax paper. So you could be in a situation here where you could have asked this mystery person, this assistant, this helper of some kind. You could have asked that person to do that precisely. But there's also a situation here where they may have also done that on their own. I just asked you to file. So when I said that, I just asked you to file. I didn't ask you to make a copy of Jeremy's tax paper. I didn't ask you to make a copy of Amy's tax paper. Why do you need to do that? Why is that necessary? But I get a surveillance video. So the only reason why you know that someone did do that, or they may not have done it yet, or they're going to do it, whatever. They set up a surveillance video, turn on the surveillance tape at 2:00. You look at a surveillance video at 2 p.m. I don't see this happening at 2:00 in the morning. If this is something that could be happening at 2 a.m., the only places, there's a lot of businesses that would be open at 2 a.m. in certain areas of the country and the world, where some people have late shifts, and some people are like a manager, like a late night manager. Some people are responsible. Some people do have those designated responsibilities to be in the workplace and close a store or close a business between the hours of 12 a.m. and sometimes even 5 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and handling files. So there's some places that they do have people designated to do that specific work, and there's a need for a surveillance video. There's a need for a surveillance video to be on, so that you could see, or so that someone could see what's happening with their paperwork. And that could be culprit. That could be how you catch a culprit. And if it's not only separate business partners, like I gave that example with Jeremy and Amy, this could be that you're giving somebody your stuff, you're giving somebody your paperwork to handle, And surveillance video is going to catch them making copies of your things. But an assistant. So when I said that, it's an assistant of some type that you have that's doing that. For whatever reason, they're doing that. Whatever. The starting point has, there's one situation. If it's not that, then it's not only is surveillance video just catching somebody conversation, just catching someone in a conversation about your information, your things, or someone else's, but it's the need for the surveillance video to be on or rolling at either 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. Spirit said 2 o'clock. So it doesn't have to be those times, but it could be any other time, any time during the day where a conversation could be caught on tape, or a conversation could be caught on tape, or you could just watch to see the person that you're giving your paperwork to, just watch to see where they take it, just watch to see who they're taking it to. Are they taking it to the boss? Are they taking it downstairs, upstairs? Are they taking it to the 11th floor, 9th floor? Where are they going with the paperwork? But you want to know why they're going. They could be going to the copy room. I didn't ask you to go to the copy room. Are you going to the copy room with somebody's paperwork? It just depends, and you're not supposed to. It just depends on what's going on. The Four of Wands energy is in the starting point here. So this is your energy, and that of Aries, and that of Sag. The Four of Wands also represents your workplace, any place that copies could be made, any place that copies can be made. Information could be, information could go out and be received by this, that, and the third person. You know what I mean? But I also get a restaurant. So I'm looking at this energy, and something's also going on here with a restaurant, like a restaurant setting. I don't know. That could be happening. I mean, files and those kind of things, you know, people do have, some restaurants, this is interesting. Some restaurants do have like a back room where like a back room where the manager, or like, you know, the top manager, the closing manager, whatever kind of manager, the store, whatever it is, but the Spirit said restaurant. So something could be a secretive business deal, like a secretive business deal could be happening in a restaurant. Are you investing in a restaurant? That could be a situation. If you're not necessarily investing in it, but they are. If you're not investing in one, then the external fire sign energies are. You know, so external fire sign energy, Sag and Aries, they okay, I see what's going on here. What they're doing in a restaurant, I keep getting secret business deal. What someone is doing in a restaurant, you could be one of those people. You're having discussions about a business deal in a restaurant setting, like over food, you know, or somebody has an office in the back of a restaurant, and you could be getting invited to go into that office to discuss business affairs and think, how can we benefit, how can we invest, this, that, and the third. But that's what an Aries does. So the Four of Wands energy, that's what an Aries element does. So those kind of interactions could be happening. Those kind of interactions could be happening between an Aries element and a restaurant owner. That could be a situation, how to invest, or just information dispersing. If it's not investing, someone's just doing that in a restaurant. But that just has something to do with how to disperse information. But they're having it over food, or they know someone that does manage a restaurant, and that person is taking them to the back of the restaurant to have that exact discussion, how to disperse this, that, and the third overseas, how to disperse this, that, and the third information overseas, how to utilize it, how to benefit with someone's information overseas, how to do this overseas, or how to do it in different states, and how to use someone that does reside in a different state to disperse that information to another country, to make something obvious. So the Aries or the Sag, or just the Aries element, they don't want to make it obvious that that's something that they want to do, but it has something to do. I'll give you a perfect example. If you're in a business, if you are an onlooker, you could be an onlooker, or you could be in a business deal with external fire signs like Aries and Sag. But what they're doing is that they're having what they're doing is the wrong setting as well. They could be having these kind of business conversations in the wrong setting. But what they're doing, it doesn't have to be a restaurant. It could be a house. It could be a park. It could be whatever the setting, somebody's office, where surveillance, like I said from the beginning, where surveillance videos are, or surveillance tape is running. But what the Aries element is discussing with a restaurant owner, what they're discussing with a lawyer, what they're discussing with someone outside, what they're discussing with someone outside. That someone outside, the Spirit said someone outside, could be a secretive business partner that a Sag doesn't know, that you don't know. I didn't see them coming. For once, I didn't even see that new business partner, that new lover, that new whatever. I didn't even see new coworker. I didn't even see them coming. But the conversation with the information and the dispersing it does does apply to that person. It does apply to that person. And oh, I see. The spirit saying you didn't see that person coming. They could be walking. They could be walking right into the conversation that you're an onlooker to an Aries and a Sag having about that person that they're walking into the conversation. That person is their information that's being world like another country, like worldwide, like it's being dispersed. Worldwide is like internet. Worldwide, it could be social media that is happening, or certain people. The person that is coming into a business deal, you could be that person. The person that's coming, or you're just an onlooker to an external person to what a Sag and an Aries element is doing, that dispersing it online. That person could end up potentially dispersing whatever secret the Aries and the Sag element are doing. That person that's coming in, that they're running into that conversation, they're dispersing that information online. If it's not only paperwork. It could be paperwork. Somebody's information could get posted on site. Somebody's information could end up getting posted on a site. Whatever it is that they're doing, it could get posted on a site. Or if information doesn't only have to be document information. Information could be about a case of some kind Aries keeps talking about. It's a case that an Aries and a Sag or just an Aries element keep talking about. But they're talking about it, the person that the case pertains to, or the person, the identification card, or the identification of the person that case is for, like that case is for, their information or details about that person is showing up online or is being posted on a site. But Sag fault. So when I say that whatever is happening there, it could be a Sagittarian energy's fault or Aries fault. It could be their fault, and you're an onlooker. You could be that person. You're walking right into the restaurant. You're walking right into the conference room. You're walking right into the office, the lawyer's office, and you're smacked right into a conversation about this person's information. You're walking smacked into a conversation about this person, somebody's information. But what you need to do, pull Aries aside and say, what are you doing? You're gonna mess up somebody's. Or potentially you can mess up somebody's somebody's social, somebody's credit, and they don't care. If they don't care if it's fire signs, they don't care that they're gonna mess up somebody's credit. But whatever it is that they're doing, the person, the Jamies, I mean the Jeremys and the and the Amy's, their information, I mean Jerry, that made up name that I came up with. I just need like a name to use for a person that is potentially in a situation. Just an example, the Jerrys and the Amy's, their file and along with their picture showing up online, potentially that their information could end up showing up online, or it's showing up on a website where other people could benefit from. It's showing up on some type of website where just anybody could go on to the website and type in their name and print. But it's for benefit. It's some type of like interconnection between countries and the U.S., some type of connection like that. But why are they in that kind of business deal? Why are they talking about this kind of stuff inside of a restaurant, inside of somebody's lawyer office, somebody's bedroom, somebody's closet? Why are they having these kind of conversations here? That's what I said. You need to pull one of these fire sign energies aside and slap. You need to pull them aside and potentially slap one of them. It just depends on what's going on. Wow. The Two of Pentacles energy is in the waiting position here. So like I said, you could be dealing with earth sign. I'm trying to do this. The Two of Pentacles, I'm trying to keep my finances balanced, and you could be in a bit, but they're adding on something crazy. You could be in the same business deal I just gave examples of. You don't have to be doing that kind of work. That could just be what they're doing. What the external fire sign energies are doing could just be an extension. You could be in a regular business deal with them, a restaurant, a store, a school, whatever it is, a beauty salon. What's another place? Some type of essential, I don't know, some type of, what's another situation of a business? A clothing store, bag store, whatever it is. You could just be in a regular business with them, selling things, this, that, and third, but they just have a very interesting add-on. They have a very interesting extension that they want, that's unscrupulous, that they want to add to the business. And you're telling them, I don't want to be a part of this. I'm trying to maintain the right way. I'm trying to maintain or keep my finances balanced, my accounts, my whatever it is, my accounts, my frozen accounts, my savings accounts, my children's accounts. I'm trying to keep it. You have kids or whatever kind of business you have going on here that you work a regular workplace. I'm trying to keep my finances balanced. But whatever it is that they're adding on, it's gonna you're thinking that it's gonna mess you up because the caught on news. It could potentially some part of it could end up on the news. This doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be crazy. There could be an element of good here. Like there can be an element of is Aries' idea. There could be an element of good here that element of good is coming through the Aries element's idea. That element of good is coming through their idea. But the way they're doing it behind the scenes, the way they're also doing it behind the scenes some part of it may seem unscrupulous, but what do you call it? The behind the scenes part of the business of the business may be unscrupulous, but if it's the part of it that's on the surface is to look good to the masses, is to look good or presentable to the masses, and that could be the conversation that that could have been the conversation you're having with the Aries and the Sag element, but it has to do with their add-on, their extension, their idea. It just depends on what's going on. I keep getting every time I touch a Two of Pentacles, I want to make my money the right way. I want to manage my finances and taxes. I want to do that the right way. And some type of idea that they have, some type of idea but benefits you, some type of idea that they have, it does benefit you, but it has to do with someone else's file. It has to do with someone else's or copy of someone else's file. It has to do with that. And tax paper, just selling it online, selling information online, selling some type of information online. But that's how they benefit. They benefit by selling some type of information online. But the reason why if somebody does do that you're tied to, the reason why someone makes so much money doing that is because what do you call it? It's because they did like I said, they did an interconnection between countries. They did an interconnection between different states in the United States. But it's so that people could go on and click and use whenever they want to. Click and sell and use and reuse and sell like an eBay. Whatever. It's like an eBay for someone's tax paper. It's like an eBay for someone's insurance. It's an eBay. It's like an eBay for somebody's insurance as well. They're not doing that to someone else or somebody else. That's just how what they do like that is just that's how they run their business as well. They do it's like an eBay, but something is unscrupulous about how they sell certain things on eBay or Amazon, whatever it is that's there. But you want to take part, you want to get in, but the feeling with that also is that one element about that I gave, that's why I said on the surface and behind the scenes of how a business deal runs or how some type of regular business, the behind the scenes part of it, you may not have been given all the information on. That's one situation. You may not have been given all the information on, but someone else, like from the channeling in the beginning, someone else that you're tied to, they may have been given a heads up, and you're confused. And why is Jamie? Why is Amy? Why are they walking over there? Why are they going upstairs with that paperwork? But that person, that assistant, that helper, that other business partner, they know they're tied to the fire sign energies as well, and they really know why Amy and Jamie, they know why those people are going. They asked them to go this, that, and the third with the paper, make copies of this, that, and the third of the paperwork. And the external fire sign energies may not have given you. That's why I said you walking into a conversation that you didn't know was a part of something that you already make money from. They already gave that heads up to the person that you've been speculating why are you taking up to this? I'm giving you this paperwork. The fire sign energies asked you to give me this. The fire sign energies asked me to give you this paperwork. Why are you going downstairs and to make copies? Why are you going upstairs to do this, that, and third? But that person or was already given the heads up by Aries and or Sag to do exactly that with the paperwork. But I am in a win. What do you call that thing? In a win world. Like I'm in a in a whirlwind. That's what I'm trying to. The spirit just said whirlwind. I'm in a whirlwind like situation that's going on here. Or that could be the voice of the person that is carrying the paperwork, because the person that's carrying the paperwork, the assistant, the other business partner, the other helper of some kind. That's their voice. They're like I I feel like I'm in a whirlwind because I'm being told to do this for you. You don't even know what's going on. I'm being told to do this for you. You don't know what you meaning you, Leo. Their voice is, I'm being told to do this, that, and the third. You're telling me to do this, that, and the third, but you don't even know what's going on. So henceforth, I'm confused because I'm trying to tell, because what's happening here is that one person that's carrying the paperwork, they think that you've been given the heads up, both confused. They think that you've been given the heads up, therefore henceforth you are also confused. They are confused. So it's the fire sign energy's fault for not relaying that information to you first before giving it to an external business partner or a friend or a cousin or what, before giving it to them, and you're confused. You see them with it and you're confused. Why you have it? What are you doing with it? Because the Aries and or Sag did not give you the heads up first into, I'm gonna give this to Amy so she could take it to this, that, and third place. I'm confused. Why do they have it? Why are they taking it to this, that, and third place? They didn't tell me that hire an assistant. They didn't tell me that they were going to hire an assistant over me. They didn't tell me that it could be an assistant that you know, or a friend or another family member, whatever it is. That could be someone that you know, but you're just missing the part you're just missing the why part. You're just missing the why out of the situation. And they have somebody else involved and you're confused. That person that's involved is in a whirlwind because they don't understand why you weren't given the heads up that they were going to be joining in some type of situation here like that. And you need to talk to fire sign. Two of Pentacles, you need to pull the fire sign energy aside. You know what this feels like? This feels like a situation here where you're in a business deal. I keep getting hiring over you, or like hire somebody random or whatever it is. You're in a business deal with the external fire sign energies, and they're just picking and choosing like a random assistant or a friend or a family member to do this, that, and the third paperwork for them and put it online and post it, do this, that, and the third with it. But they're not giving you the heads up that they found someone else to join in and do that with them. So hence the reason for the confusion. Hence the reason for the person that is new. Hence the reason for the person that is new. Hence the reason for their confusion. So you need to pull the fire sign energy aside. Why didn't you give me the heads up that you were gonna hire an assistant over me? Why didn't you give me the heads up that you were gonna have somebody else join in this business deal? Have a random family member join in. I don't even know. There's some type of third cousin twice removed. I don't know who they are. I don't know who the hell they are. Why are they handling that? One element of the confusion could also be, like I said earlier on in the reading, one element of confusion could also be because that person, like I said, that you're speculating, you don't know who the hell they are. That person may have a part of your paperwork confused. Before one's energy, you're confused. Like it's causing or has caused some type of crazy confusion between dispersing. That's why I said dispersing information and paperwork and files. And who is this person that's carrying this and the third file? So the one element here, you know that person. One element here, you know that person. One element, you don't know who they are. And the early on in the reading, when I said you do know who they are, you're asking them. You do know who they are. You're asking them to do this, that, and the third paperwork. But the instruction they've been given that didn't come by you first. They've been given an extra instruction that didn't come by you first. And that, like I said earlier on in the reading, that extra instruction came from the external fire sign energies that pulled them aside to say, go make copies of this, that, and the third. I give you your specific instruction for that person was to just take it and file it. The extra instruction came from Aries and Sag. The extra instruction came from the Aries and the Sag element. You know? That's why the Two of Pentacles energy is in the way in position. So either that's with your things or that's with somebody else's things. That's how they run their shit behind the scenes. But they're not telling you, or they may not even have time to give you the heads up into what's happening there with that. Well, whatever it is that's happening there. The Lover's energy is here, a sign of Gemini, a partnership with Aries. So if it's just like Lover's energy, like a partnership of some kind, it's a partnership that you're in with Aries. It's a partnership that you're in with Sag, but want to back out. So the Lover's energy in the present, I'll go with them. I'll go with this as major arcana. Partnership energy first before I go into any kind of energy about a Gemini energy being even involved here. I'm going to go with them. I'm going to go with this a partnership that you have going on with Aries element because the spirit wants me to talk about that first. She stole. When I said that, she stole. A partnership that you have with an Aries element, a female Aries, could be a male Aries element. She or he, whatever. The spirit said they stole something. They stole. And it has to do with posting online. The stealing idea has to do with posting something online. However you want to look at stole, posting some to option, posting an option for someone to use online. However, like an option, like this could be a situation here where you could have given One part of the situation here, you could have given, that's why I said earlier on the reading, like even before I put out the cards and the channeling portion of it, giving somebody an idea, they're utilizing, giving somebody an idea. I'll go with the Aries first. Giving an Aries element idea, they're abusing it. They're abusing the idea, or they before you could even think, yourself into how to utilize the idea, they've already unscrupulous way to use it. They've already found an unscrupulous way to use it. But the Two of Pentacles energy, I didn't want my idea to be tarnished. I didn't want my idea to be tarnished. And he or she, these fire sign energies external, they're taking some type of idea that you have for something like a business add-on in a business deal. It can even be love that's intertwined here. I don't feel like heavily. I feel there's heavy business and tax and information and files and things of that nature. Some type of idea that you're giving the Aries element, twisting it. They're twisting an idea, and the twisting it can be making it crazy. The twisting it could be that they want to add something. It could be a clean idea that you gave them, that they're turning it and they're twisting it into something unclean. And unclean doesn't mean like unclean. When I say unclean is like what do you call that? Unclean is like how to make more money, but it's like trying to do it the fast way with a product, or how to do it the fast way with a product, or an exchange, how to make an exchange, but somebody's trying to make unscrupulous, somebody's trying to make an exchange of some type of product or idea, but they're doing it in an unscrupulous. I should have never given. So they're doing it and twisting it into making it into an unscrupulous way, or they're turning it to make it sound unscrupulous, but it was once clean. They're making it unclean, whatever it is. But what's happening with it is that I should never gave. Two of Pentacles energy, she's gonna cost me. He or she, these fire sign energies external, however, male, female energies coming through strongly, they're gonna cost me. The Aries element, the Sag, whatever fire sign, they're gonna cost me. So back out. So when I said you're thinking that they're gonna cost you, the Spirit said back out. They're gonna mess up some type of interest. They're gonna mess up the clean way you make money. They're gonna mess up the clean way you make money. The okay way you make money, the regular way you make money, because of the add-on that they have, But why did you meet, or why you interact with, and it's the fire sign? How did you meet, or why you interact with them? That's a voice that the Spirit could be asking into your but introduce idea. Why did you also introduce an idea to them? Did they introduce? They may have introduced. I don't agree with. They could have introduced to you an idea. You don't agree with the idea, because the idea that they are trying to introduce to you, they're already implementing the idea, but they're implementing it already. But I backed out. You may have disagreed, but you disagreed and you backed out. But think you're crazy for doing that. Also, Two of Pentacles, they may be thinking that you're crazy for backing out of that, some type of idea, whatever craziness they're doing there. If it's crazy, it could be a good crazy, bad crazy. Just depends on how you look at it. They think that you're crazy for backing out. It's gonna mess me up. You have this thought process in your brain where you're thinking, it's gonna mess up how I make my money already. It's gonna mess up how I make my money. It just depends on what's going on. That's what you're thinking with the Aries and the Sag element. Is their idea you want to make clean again. Their idea you want to make it clean again, because you deem them to be having nasty thought also. You deem them to be having a nasty thought. However you want to look at nasty thought. It could be a bad thought, nasty thought, whatever it is. But it's one part of it. One part of it is like a beneficial. One part, the crazy idea. One part of it is that it's to benefit them, and one part of it is to benefit them. And if it's a nasty if they have a nasty or bad idea into something, so they could clown. They want to clown something. They may want to. They're like clowners. Like they want to clown a situation. That's another. There's so many fire signs. It's a broad reading. So one situation, they're trying to put up information to benefit, for their own benefit, to make this, that, and the third exchange and things of that nature. Or another element of it is that they want to put up information, clown. They want to put up some type of information that belongs to someone else, and they want to clown. They want to clown. And nasty. It's nasty. It's bad. I don't want this. You have a clean business running. You have a clean business idea running. You put out a clean business idea. You put out a clean business idea. They want to ruin it. They want to ruin it by making something nasty. They want to ruin it by making something naughty, nasty, whatever you want to call it. Or that could just be one of them. They could just be Aries. One of them, they could just have that kind of personality. But whatever it is they want to add on is strange. Whatever it is they want to add on is strange. It's nasty. It's bad. It's unscrupulous. Or behind the scenes, it may not be like that. Like I said, it may not be like that on the surface, but behind the scenes, the constructs of it is something isn't right about it or how it's being managed. And you're like, I gave these people this idea to do, misusing. I gave them this idea to use. They're misusing my idea. They're misusing my idea. That's why the lover's energy is here. That's Aries or the fire sign energies. Then I wanted to go with that just being major arcana partnership first. Then I want to go to a Gemini energy in the present could be involved here. Like a Gemini energy that is in the present, but I want to work with. So you may want the Gemini energy in the present. You may want to work with the Gemini. You may want to work with a Gemini, but has a nice idea. So the Gemini energy may have a good idea. They have a nice idea into something. The Aries Sag element, naughty. The Aries and Sag element, they don't have a good idea, or they don't manage something properly as well. They don't manage something properly. So hence the reason for being back with Gemini, getting Gemini energy back on the scene, bringing them back in the scene, bring them back on stage, back in the spotlight. That's something that they constantly do. That's something that they constantly do, because something about you being tied, something about you being tied to a Gemini is sporadic. So it's sporadic about something is sporadic about the relationship or some type of tie that you have with a Gemini energy, but wants to work with. So I keep getting, you want to work with them, you want to house with them, you want to do business with them, but want them to take over fire sign spot. You want them, the fire sign energy that you're tied to, that you thought would be good for business. They could be, yes. They just have a crazy idea into something that you don't agree with, whatever it is, taxes and paperwork and putting somebody's file online so that other people could benefit, some type of craziness like that, clown it and do some type of craziness with the information. The Gemini energy has a clean idea into how you can safeguard your business. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to bring in a Gemini. They're coming in on their own. The Gemini energy could also, if you're not bringing them in physically, they're just coming in on their own. But you could be bringing them in. They're coming back. They're coming back in to take over the fire sign energy external spot. But I want them to do that. So when I said that I want them to do that. This could be a situation. This could be like a workplace environment also, where you just work with bad coworkers. Some element here, you deem certain coworkers to be bad. The Gemini energy could have taken temporary leave off from work, or they could have been on maternity. If they're a woman, they could have been on maternity leave, or they were just off. They were just a male or female. They were just off from work. But they're coming back in to take over fire sign spot. They're coming back in to take over the fire sign energy spot. It could even be a love partner. You could even had a love partner as a fire sign energy, and as someone was reminded about them and something about how they do business, you're finding out something about how a lover, a business partner that is a lover or a friend or whatever, you're just finding out something that's strange that they're doing. So you're bringing the Gemini energies coming back in. They could be an ex, they could be an ex-friend, they could be a co-worker that took off for leave from work. They're savior. They're coming back in like a savior, and you're telling them, you're discussing with them what the fire sign, and they're like, what is going on? You're talking to them about what the fire sign energies are doing, what they've been doing, and the one element here is that they may also be disgusted. They also want to know what's going on. I'm confused. Gemini energy is like, I'm confused. I'm confused how you met them. I'm confused. Their voice is, how did you meet them? How'd you meet them? How'd you end up, if you know them already, if all these elements know each other already, if it's not meet them, then it's how'd you end up in that kind of business with them? How'd you end up, that's the Gemini energy's voice. How'd you end up joining in? How they end up taking your idea and morphing it? How they end up taking your things and posting it online. It could be your things that they posted online. How they end up getting your Gemini energy's voice is how they end up taking your things and posting them online and doing this, that, and the third with your things. How they end up doing that. But should I sue? So when I said that also, you're like, how to sue? That could be the Gemini energy's voice. That could be the Gemini energy's voice, because it could, if the Gemini energy isn't coming in and asking you, if the Gemini energy isn't coming in, and they're asking you, how the fire sign energy is external, how they get your things, how they get your picture, how they get your ID, how they get this, that, and the third information that belongs to you, how they benefiting for this, that, and the third that is yours. If they're not asking you that particularly, it could be them that it happened to. It could also be them that it happened to with the fire sign energies, but gonna catch them. So if this happened to the Gemini energy with the fire sign, the Gemini energy is gonna catch the fire sign. Did the Gemini energy do something like that with the fire sign energy? But that's why they want to get back at. So if the Gemini energy may have done something interesting like that with the external fire sign energies things before in the past, and they want to get back. There's like a get back at there's a get back at going back and forth between Gemini and Aries, between Gemini and Sag. Whatever it is. Or if it's not only them, then they're just coming. If it's your things, if it's not only them, then they're just coming in to save you. I keep getting save you. They're just coming in to save you because the fire sign energies may be moving like that with your things, but didn't know something was happening for a while. So if they're moving like that with your things, the Gemini energy, they're asking you, has this been happening for a while? But I didn't know. You're talking to the Gemini. I didn't know this was happening. I didn't know they took my idea and did this, that, and the third. I didn't know they took my tax paper. I didn't know they took my ID photo. I didn't know they were doing this with my things. Sue. When I said I get sued. You may need to sue somebody for doing that. People in the business deal, you may need to sue. People that you work with that you've known for a while, you want to sue. It could be family you want to sue. Whatever it is. Or some type of attachment. It could be family, some type of attachment, unscrupulous business partners, some type of attachment that family members, fire sign just could be family members, some type of attachment, or the Gemini, some type of attachment that one of these elements have to them external. They what is it, what do you call it? I just lost my thought. I was going so fast I lost my thought. Some type of attachment that either the Gemini energy, the Aries, the Sag have external, like an external person that nasty. I keep getting nasty. So either their personality is nasty, or something that they're doing, something that they're nasty like the way the type of interaction, like it doesn't have to be nasty like whatever sex nasty nasty like what do you call it? Nasty like personality nasty like interaction nasty. Aries is tied to nasty like interaction nasty, and Aries element is tied to someone that's like that. And that person, like I said early on in the reading, that person that's carrying this, that, and third paperwork and pictures and things, that could be the person that's nasty. That could be the person that's nasty. And that's the person from the beginning that's carrying that the fire sign energies gave leeway to move that was in some type of way with your things or somebody else's things. That person is nasty. And that the Gemini energy is coming in. The Gemini energy is coming in. How did you get in contact, Aries? How did you get in contact with Aries? How did you get in contact with an Aries element friend? How did the Aries or Sag element, how did their business partner that you don't know, that you're saying is nasty, that your interaction with them is nasty, is unkind, and that person is holding your things, or holding somebody else's things, or holding Gemini energy's things, but that's why they backed out. That person is holding Gemini energy's things, and that's why the Gemini energy backed out, or something that whatever you have going on with the external fire signs, the Gemini energy also had that situation with them, but they could have left temporarily out of that knowledge, out of that annoyance of a situation. They left, but now they're back. But they came back on their own. Or you invited them back in. The reason why you invited them back in could either be to make a scene on purpose, Aries. You could be trying to make a scene on purpose to the Aries element. It just depends, or the Sag, whichever fire sign. You could be trying to make a scene on purpose with something, an interaction that you're having with Gemini. It just depends on what's going on. Well, the future has the Two of Cups energies in the future. Okay. And your instincts has the Ace of Swords energy. So the Ace of Swords energy is in the instincts. I have so much stuff on this table. Ace of Swords, a new idea. The Ace of Swords energy is an ace because it's an ace. Like I said, I don't really need to explain it that much, because an idea that you have, or you got for someone else also, an idea that you also either you came up with on your own, or you could have stolen an idea from someone yourself. Whatever. You could have stolen an idea, or earth sign. You could have stolen an idea from an earth sign. That's why the two of Pentacles energy is there. And it could be their things that misuse. It could also be their things that are getting misused. But an idea, and someone could be karmic about this as well. An idea, if you did do that, an idea that you took from the earth sign energy, they misuse. An idea that you took from the earth sign unintentionally or intentionally, somebody could have shared it with you. That's what I said from the beginning. Somebody could be like the channeling part of this reading before I put the cards down, when I said that some people are okay with sharing this, that, and the third ideas and knowledge on things and whatever it is. But what's happening, misuse idea. It keeps telling me misuse idea. So an idea that the earth sign energy had that somehow you have, either they shared it openly or not, whatever it is, it got misused. Somehow it got misused. But that's what the Gemini said. So somehow it got misused, period. Before I even added in by fire signs, somehow it got misused. That's what the Gemini energy said. Or an idea that Earth sign energy had, share with fire signs. You shared it with the fire sign, misuse. You shared it with the fire sign energies, they misused the idea. They misuse something. It could be an object. They misuse an idea. They misuse they misuse information. They misuse the idea. So what's happening now? Now it's telling me even worse. It's like an abused idea. What's happening now? And some type of idea is abused. Somebody has potentially something that's turned into an abused idea. Abused idea. Don't get it wrong. An abused idea is like an abused idea. I'll give you a perfect example of an abused idea. An abused idea, misuse or abuse, whatever. An abused idea is like taking one person's idea, morphing, yes, taking one person's idea, but they had it specifically, their idea, they had a whole outline. Okay, they have this, that person had a whole outline with how they want it done specifically, morphed. So the abusing it is morphing it over and over and over and over and over to the point where it ended up clowned, to the point where it could end up online and getting clowned. It just depends, however you want to look at clown, misuse, or somebody just reuse it on purpose. Somebody's reusing it and changing it and reusing it and changing it over and over and over again. And that's what's happening with the earth sign energy idea that you stole, or they intentionally gave it to you and it got abused by fire signs, or you took it from the earth, or you just borrowed it or used it from the earth sign energies. And fire sign energies use and abuse it. Fire sign energies external, they use and abuse it. That's why I said I'm trying to use his or her idea in a clean way. I'm trying to use my own idea in a clean way. But somebody that you have attached to you, business partners, co-workers, whoever it is, they're using it over and over, rehashing it, reusing it over and over and over again. And abuse it's turning into an abused idea. It's turning into an abused idea, but it's an abused idea. People may benefit, keep changing. It's abused because people benefit from it, okay, but people keep changing it, and that's what's making it abused. And it could be information. It's information. It's somebody's information. It's somebody's picture and their copy and papers and what do you call those things? Essays and whatever kind of idea it is. Or it can be a thing or just information that somebody has, that you were given, or you just aware the fire sign energies are doing that with earth sign energy thing on your things. That's why the Gemini happening to you also. The Gemini energies coming in to tell you that's happening to you also, because the fire sign energies did the same thing to Gemini. But the spirit said that they wanted to get back at each other for exactly that. Like I said, information doesn't only have to be paper and documents and pictures and this, that, and third, and socials and whatever it is, and IDs. It's information like ideas and teaching styles and workplace ideas and organizational skill ideas and regular creative skills, like from the beginning. But somebody rehashes it and uses it and abuses it constantly. I don't know. Are you doing that with Gemini? Gemini energy, that's what the fire sign is doing. The Gemini energy is coming in to tell you that's what the fire sign energies are doing with your things, your idea. They're rehashing it and abusing some type of stuff that you gave them to do. Or it's coming from the earth sign, or it's your fault that it's not in the earth sign energy's hands, it's in the fire sign, or it's in yours. And the Gemini, what are you going to do with it? Gemini's coming to you in there. What are you going to do with that? Four Wands, the Gemini energies in the environment. What are you going to do with that? How are you going to use it? How are you going to use it and abuse it to for your own benefit, to benefit your own pocket? But give some to earth sign. So when I said that, give some money to earth sign. Do something with earth sign. Whatever it is, help earth sign. It's their thing. It's theirs. It could even be money. The Two of Pentacles energy. It could even be money that somebody is recycling, investing. It's somebody else's. It could be the fire sign. It's somebody else's money that the external fire sign energies are. They're that's why they're investing in a business, but they're doing it with earth sign money. They're doing it with earth sign money. Gemini energy coming in, or your money. The Gemini energies come, they're investing it. You may not want something that the external fire sign energies are investing your money in. I didn't want my money invested in that. I didn't want my money invested in that. And that's what happened to the Gemini. Gemini energy coming to tell you that they're swindling you. They're trying to swindle you. Swindling earth sign. Whatever it is. But it has something to do with the way money's being invested also. Information and taxes and whatever it is, somebody tax return, that money, part of the portion of it is earth sign, but the Sag uses it foolishly. Part of it is the earth sign. The Sag uses it foolishly. Aries use it foolishly. They're investing it in foolishness. Whatever it is. Oh my god, where was I don't even remember the placement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands energy is in the accomplishment. All right, Nine of Wands energy is there, but they always do that. I'm looking at the Nine of Wands. They always do that. The Spirit said they always do that. The Nine of Wands. So you already know what the Nine of Wands means. The fire sign energies always do that kind of shit. Is that something that you're with Gemini? That could be something that you always do with Gemini. Or the Gemini energy has fire in the chart. Gemini has fire in the chart. They always do that. Whatever it is. These elements, Gemini, Aries, Sag, they always do that. Could be an external Leo. They always do this nonsense. Some element of it is nonsense. They always do something stupid like that there. Whatever is it, because what's happening with it is that something could be end up getting sloppily done, sloppily managed. Somebody's bank account and money could be getting sloppily managed. Information sloppily managed. Abuse information, misuse and abuse information, sloppily managed. In order for it to even reach that point, somebody's sloppily managing something, sloppily managing it. It's nasty. Like I said earlier on, something's nasty or it's just abused. The sloppily managed situation that is going on there, whatever. The Nine of Wands, they constantly do. They constantly need to explain. They constantly need to explain why they need your thing. Why they need earth sign thing. Why they need to do what they're doing, period. They constantly need to explain that. Whatever. I'm not going to any more on that. The Taurus is right next to the Two of Pentacles energy. So you could be dealing with Taurus. I always see this could also be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo elements that are going on here. So just Taurus. It's just Taurus element that's right next. It could be theirs, but their ID. Something odd could be going on with the Taurus ID in a workplace or a business deal. Something interesting could be going on with their ID, or Capricorn ID. Somebody's ID, something's interesting that's going on with somebody's ID in a workplace. Or their ID, the ID picture, just their ID, their driver's license, their IDs. Their IDs with S. Somebody can have more than one ID. Whatever it is. But if it's not only that, then that could be what's going on with the fire sign energies with them. But the fire sign energies have Taurus ID or copies of their ID. And the misuse and abuse, they misuse and abuse Taurus ID, Capricorn ID, information, IDs, Wow. But if it's not only Taurus in the spiritual self, I just need prayer. If it's not Taurus in the spiritual self, it's just, I need prayer. I need prayer. Somebody need prayer. Whatever. You're like, I need prayer. I need some type of sanctity. I need some type of peace of mind. Because that's somebody else's thought also. That somebody else's thought is, I need prayer. That's somebody else's thought. Could be Gemini's thought. That could be a Gemini energy's thought. I like that the Hierophant. I like that the Hierophant is in your spiritual self, but that's the idea. I like that the Hierophant is in your spiritual self, but the Spirit said that's the idea. The idea is to embody. The idea is to possibly even embody some type of spiritual idea. You want to take on some type of spiritual idea that somebody has. There's that. Some type of spiritual. So whatever it is, a spiritual idea or sign energy have, or it's Taurus idea that you want to work with them. You want to work with a Taurus, Capricorn. But you want to make business better. Like they will, our sign energies are, they're on the right side. It's good. The right brain of creativity. They're on the right side, right brain. So they deal heavily. Their expertise deal with creative. Their expertise are creative. That they don't have issue with their creativity. And that could be why you want them to overthrow fire sign energies that you already have somewhere. But they don't know what they're doing. So fire sign energies don't know what they're doing. So you want the earth sign energies back or in somewhere with you. Whatever. Whatever it is. But I'm looking at the Hierophant. You could be afraid to ask a Taurus and Capricorn energy something. Virgo, whatever earth sign. You could be afraid to ask them something. You're afraid to ask. That's why the Two of Pentacles, you feel off balance with them because they have all the good ideas. You feel off balance with them. They have all the good ideas. You deem them to be having good ideas, but you feel you scared to talk to you, nervous and shy, whatever it is that's going on with you with this person. But they may have some type of level of power over you for some reason. They have some type of level of power over you for whatever reason. They have a level of power over you, but they know what fire signs are doing with their own. They know what fire sign energies are doing with their. They know what the fire sign energies are doing with their things, but they may not be saying. They may not be saying or talking about the fact that they do know what the fire sign energies is doing with their things. But I get angst also, so that could be why do the earth sign energies have angst? Do you have angst with them because of ideas and creativity? Do the fire sign energies have angst with them? And that could be why they use their things the way they do. Or information or whatever it is that they're doing with their stuff. Or you just want to work with them, period. You just want to work with a Taurus, be with the Taurus, Capricorn. You just want to be with them, but their partners don't want them to. So you want to be with them, but the Spirit also said their partners don't want them. Their partners could be fire signs. Their partners don't want you to be with them. Because their partners, one is a Sag. One of these elements has a Sag that's a partner, Aries that's a partner, and those fire sign energies that are tied to the earth signs, they may have had. They saw you talking to them also. They saw you talking to them or talking about them. Got jealous. When I said they got jealous, so what? And another situation, they could cryptic conversation. They could have also been involved in, or they just heard a cryptic conversation happening. Or you heard a cryptic conversation happening between Taurus, Aries, between Capricorn, Aries, Sag, Capricorn, Sag, Capricorn, Sag, Taurus. Cryptic conversations about working with you. Cryptic conversations about working with you. Some of these elements don't know that each other know each other. Some of these elements don't even know that each other know each other. That's interesting to say. Like they don't know, or they don't know. Some of these elements are tied to each other, but they don't know. They don't know that you are in the middle of both of them. They don't know that you are still in the middle of all these elements here. You're still in the middle of them, but people are having. I'll give you a perfect example. This is a situation here where. Swift example here. This is a situation here where you're tied to a Capricorn. You're tied to a Capricorn, but they're tied to a Capricorn energy. You know the Capricorn, but their sister, their sibling, their brother, their whatever. You constantly talk to somebody's sibling. You talk to Capricorn energies. If you're not the Capricorn energy, you can have a Capricorn energy as a sibling as well. But the Spirit is saying, I'm just going with them as separate first. The Spirit, their sibling, the Capricorn energy's sibling, you constantly talk to, or their information. You constantly have conversations about the Capricorn energy's sibling, their love partner, their business partner. You're interconnected to, but you're having conversations with their partners about how to disperse. You're having conversations with their partners on how to disperse this, that, and the third information. Their siblings, how to disperse their information, their ideas, but I'm going to get caught. So when I say that 9 of Wands is your energy, I'm going to get caught doing that. Or somebody intuitively knows that you're using this stuff. Somebody intuitively knows that you're using their ideas, their things, their information, their IDs, whatever it is. Somebody intuitively knows that you're using it. Or the earth sign energy, another situation here is that you're tied to the fire sign, talk about earth sign. You're just tied to the external fire sign energies, constantly talk about the earth sign. I want him or her with me. So you're pulling somebody's brother, you're pulling somebody's sister, you're pulling somebody's cousin, you're pulling Gemini energy could fall in there. You're pulling somebody's business partners, co-workers, colleagues. You pull them aside. Can be workout hours where he or she can work with me. And the nine of wands and don't understand. The nine of wands, external fire sign energies that are tied to earth sign energy, hungrily want the fire sign energies that you work with, that you see all often, live next to. You live next to them, but you're pulling them aside to have conversations. I want your sister to work with me. I want your brother to work with me. I want your coworker to work with me. I want your cousin to work with me. I want your business partner. I want them with me. I want them with me. Suck them dry. I want them with me so I can suck them dry. I mean. That sounds weird to say. I mean, something could be sexual. Stop. That's why I said nasty and those kind of, because somebody literally could have heard some type of sexual conversation. Sorry. Somebody literally could have heard some type of sexual conversation like that precisely. Or the suck them dry could be metaphoric. Like suck them dry. Sorry about that. I know it's TMI. Whatever. This could be sexual. So the sucking somebody dry can be metaphoric. It could be ideas, but I just like them. You like them, but you like them because you like their ideas. If they're not necessarily with you, then you're pulling their siblings and cousins and coworkers and business partners aside to ask them what they do in the workplace, so you could get the ideas if they're not with you. But at the same time, they may not be currently with you, but at the same time, you're trying to figure out a way to get them with you. Vice versa. That could be something to fight, but their information. Fire sign just want their information. I'm just giving you information about Earth sign, and it depends on what's going on there. Taurus, you pulling Taurus aside to have conversation about Capricorn. You're pulling Taurus aside to have conversation about Capricorn. Aries element, you pulling Aries element aside, have conversation about Taurus and Capricorn. You pulling Sag aside, information, whatever it is that you need. Vice versa with these elements here. The Gemini energy is in the present, confused. The Gemini energy is in the present because they can be on looker to these conversations happening. And they're slightly confused. They're just confused by a situation. The Five of Cups is in the mentality here. All right, Five of Cups is in the mentality with the Ace. I did say new, but can't. I did say new idea, but you feel like you can't foster a new idea for some reason. Whatever it is, you feel like you can't foster a new idea. For whatever reason you feel like you can't. The Five of Cups is with the new idea. The Spirit said you had it because I want them with you. My hand is on this section of your body here. I want them with me. I see what's going on here. The idea that the Capricorn has, the idea that the Taurus has, you want them. You want to use it, but you feel better. That's why I said balancing your finances the right way, and instead of hooking up fire sign energies, abusing somebody's things, and instead of you just asking somebody. Instead of you just asking someone for somebody else's things and ideas, just hire them. Just hire them. Work with them. Side with them. Do a business tie with them. Make your business great. When I said that, they will make your business great. Like Taurus, Capricorn, they will make your business great. Virgo, make your business great. Make somebody's business great here. Whatever it is. That's why the Five of Cups here with the new idea is that I feel when I said that, you want somebody on board first before you try to use a new idea, because you may want to implement a new idea somewhere, but you feel like if you have somebody specific in the environment first, they would know how to implement it better. They would know how to implement it better. And the idea that took from Earth sign, the one idea that you took from Earth sign, the five you gave to the, or they took it on their own. If it's not information and documents, you gave to the fire sign energies, but they don't know how to use. They just don't know how to use the idea. They just don't know how to use the idea, whatever it is, in a workplace, in a family, in whatever the setting is. They just don't know how to use it. So the Five of Cups with the Ace of Swords is that you would feel more comfortable having Earth sign energy aboard first, so that because they would know how to precisely implement the idea that you want them to implement in the workplace and in the business deal. You want them there first, because it's not going to come out right. Sometimes isn't going to come out right if you don't have them there. It just depends on, because it's their idea. So everybody comes up with their own ideas for something. So if you try to do it, it won't make sense. If you try to do it, it won't make sense. It has to be that exact person has to be the one that's doing it. It's gonna look odd. If the person that created the idea, if they're not the ones that are doing it, it's going to look odd. It's not going to be implemented properly, because it's the idea came from the person that created it, because they know how they want it done precisely. Wow. What's changing is, or that's you. That's something that you have going on with yourself with these elements here and ideas and sharing ideas and Earth sign, Aries, and whatever it is. The King of Wands energy is in that could be you. You know, it's in Leo, so this could be you on an external fire sign energy that's a male. You know, but want them out. When I said I want them out. I want Aries male out. I want Leo external. It could be an external Leo male. I want them out. I want Sag out. Whatever, male out. I want them out. I want them out of a business deal. I want them out a house. I want them out of near me. Also, I want them away. I don't want them near me. For whatever reason, I don't want them near me. That not wanting someone near you could also be a situation. They're not living near someone, working near someone, whatever office setting, cubicle setting, whatever the setting is. They're not wanting them near you. I get house also. Not wanting them near you also has something to do with a house setting. You know, a house setting. Because of what they keep asking also, either a house setting and it also has something to do house setting, work setting, cubicle setting, office setting. They're not whatever it is. I want them out, but it has something to do with what you hear. Also, the spirit said what they keep asking. My bad. What they keep asking also. What they keep asking for. What they keep asking you. They could be pulling you, they're external, they could be pulling you aside. I can get them disgusting. They keep pulling you aside, but something is disgusting about them pulling you aside. What are they pulling you aside for? Like I said, it could be conversations about Taurus and Capricorns and Virgos. Or you just heard them having conversations like that. And it could have something to do with social media and postings and whatever it is. Wow. Whatever it is, it's either sexually disgusting to you, it's either sexually disgusting to you, or just their commentary. You know, just their commentary about something or someone, whatever it is. You know what they're asking you all the time, whatever it is for Earth sign. You know, but I get something about body also. What they're asking you about Earth sign energy body, what they're asking you about somebody's body. Or they could be talking about somebody's body. I don't know, somebody's body, somebody's weight, somebody's this, that, and the third, looks, beauty, whatever it is. But something about it is disgusting. Either in a good a sexual reason or a bad reason, it's disgusting to you, and you don't want to be next to them anymore. Whatever. The resolution, and if they fall in line, whatever it is that they're doing, they fall in line with the online and the information and the clowning and whatever it is. And you could be in a setting where outside. You could be in a setting where they're outside with you, outside of a business, outside of a home, outside of wherever. And they're talking about Earth sign. I keep it in body. They're talking about Earth sign energy's body, like something about their body. It could be a good reason or a bad reason to talk about Taurus body, Capricorn body, somebody's body, whatever. Strange, but it has something to do with the information, and it has something to do with the information, and the Gemini energy is involved in that as well. It has something to do with the information and the pictures and the IDs. One part of it has to do with that, but took pictures of. So when I said IDs, somebody also took pictures of somebody here as well, and they could have done something interesting with the pictures. But looks at them, doing something interesting with the pictures. Somebody looks at the pictures all the time. Whatever. Somebody looks at that could be the fire sign. Energies external. Sag male, Aries and Leo males external. They look at sibling. They look at your sibling all the time. Pictures of your sibling all the time. Your friend, your cousin, your family member, your coworker. They look at them all the time. And something may be odd about that. The Page of Cups energy, but it has something to do with early on in the reading with the ideas and the whatever it is. The Page of Cups, that's one part of it. Page of Cups is in the resolution going towards the Two of Cups energy. The Two of Cups, it's water sign energy here going towards the Page of Cups and Two of Cups is water sign. It could be a younger water. That's my partner. Younger water sign energy is your partner of some kind. They're a friend. They're a younger coworker. They're like a lover. They're whatever it is that they are. Younger partner, younger sibling, whatever. Younger partner. Partner is broad. So younger partner could be anything. You know? But has information. So a younger water sign energy that you're tied to, they have information on what fire signs are doing. What earth sign energy are doing. What conversations about earth sign. Conversations about fire sign. You know? Whatever it is. Talking, cameras, information, documents, who's holding, but they have paperwork. So I'm looking at the Page of Cups. They have paperwork. They have somebody's paperwork. They have something that belongs to someone. They have paperwork. That's why you're working with them in the future. But the Five of Cups that's the idea. The Five of Cups is the idea. However you want to look at idea, that the idea, some type of idea, some type of running with someone here is to the idea is to get somebody's paperwork and hook it up. It could be a situation of hooking up a water sign energy to get that from somebody, from fire sign, from earth sign. Hooking up water sign energy that they work with. Hooking up a water sign energy, like Scorpio, Pisces, a Cancer, to that works with earth sign for paperwork. That works with earth sign to get earth sign paperwork. And that's something that the Gemini said. That's something the Gemini energy is coming in and tell you. That's something that the fire sign energy is external trying to tell you, or that's something that they actually did. They hooked up get earth sign paperwork. They hooked up a water sign energy to get earth sign paperwork. And they hooked up Scorpio that Capricorn work with. Live with, work with, whatever, family, whatever it is. Was a Capricorn, Taurus. I mean, not Taurus. Yes, Capricorn and Taurus. Their stuff that water signs were hooked up to get. Their stuff, the water sign energy was hooked up to get. They work with, live with water sign. That's why the Five of Cups is there. An idea to get paperwork. Or just a creative idea. Whatever it is. Wow. But businesses wean off of each other. So businesses wean off of each other's ideas. Whatever. Businesses, co-workers, business partners, people wean off of each, but they're doing it in an odd way. Like somebody's doing it, jumping through hoops just to get some type of idea. Whatever. I get a perspective. Somebody jumping through hoops just to get a perspective from somebody or a specific person. But something is really extra about doing that. That's why the Ace of Swords is with the Five of Cups. Someone doesn't make any sense to have to jump through hoops for a water sign. But that's how they feel. So the water sign energy may feel like that's what you're doing. Are you doing it subconsciously or outwardly with somebody's family members and coworkers and colleagues? Whatever it is. Like you're doing it outwardly, subconsciously. Because someone may be taking attention away. I get Scorpio. Someone could be taking attention away from a Scorpio. From a Scorpio or a Pisces. Cancer. Someone could be taking attention away from them. You know, for whatever reason. But whatever is taking attention away, you keep talking about earth sign. the taking attention away from water sign, something that you're doing, a movement that you have, and it's taking something, something that's being taken away from water sign is because you keep talking about their ideas. Keep talking about earth sign idea or earth sign period. Somebody's body, somebody's look, somebody's fashion, somebody's what do you call it? Somebody's way of life, somebody's perspectives on things. You want them near you? Water sign heard that. You like someone, but the fire sign just want their information. And someone could be abusive about the external fire signs. That's why you don't want to be near them anymore. You know? For whatever it is that somebody needs something interesting here. Alright, let me look for outcome here in Leo. Let's see. Page of Cups. You got double Page of Cups energy is here. Let me see who it resides with. And the Fool, sign of Aries element. So the Page of Cups going to visit. The Page of Cups with the Fool is going to visit. It could be the water sign. You're going to see water sign. You know, whatever it is. Let me do another outcome here. And the Four of Pentacles and Queen of Cups. That's what I wanted to get to. So you got the Page of Cups, the Fool, the Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups energy. But that's who I'm going to get information from. So you're going to get information from a Scorpio female, Cancer, Pisces female. You're going to get information from them about Earth sign, about fire sign. And the fire sign energies, that's why I said they have paperwork and ideas and whatever they have. The fire sign energies it could be them, the fire sign energy. That's what I said. It's them, the fire sign energies hooked up to do something. Pertaining to Earth sign, pertaining to you, pertaining to Gemini. But somebody doesn't know, somebody's confused about an interaction. Taurus, Capricorn, confused Scorpio. Taurus and Capricorn confused by Scorpio. Somebody's confused by an interaction between people here. The Earth sign energy is confused by fire sign reaction. The Earth sign energies are confused by fire sign energy reaction. The fire sign energies, I don't feel like they're confused. I feel like they're culprits. I feel like they're behind the scenes of something the way it is. But the Gemini energy could be confused. Somebody, I did say they were confused. Or the water sign energies, why you want earth sign. The water sign energies are just confused by why you want earth sign. That's why the Four of Pentacles is with the Queen of Cups. You're trying to make money with someone else's ideas. You're trying to make money with Queen of Cups with someone else's ideas or sign energy idea. Whatever it is, or the Queen, or you could be trying. You could already be tied to Earth sign. You're making money. You're making money with, or you're making money with Earth sign with Queen of Cups energy idea. Or the Earth sign energy just gave the Queen of Cups, one of the Queen of Cups. They just gave the Queen of Cups. That's how I'm getting my idea. The Earth sign just gave the Queen of Cups energy some type of idea. That's how you get your idea, information, copies, whatever it is. That's how you get your idea, your information, your copy, your whatever it is you need. It's a lot though. The spirit is saying it's a lot. It's a lot here. Also, like somebody, it's a lot of going through people. It's a lot of some whatever it is that's needed. It's just a lot. It's a lot that some people are going through just to get information and knowledge about something. It's really extra. As I said, businesses being off of each other and ideas and people and talking and whatever it is. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Love is intertwined here. I keep getting body. Love is intertwined here because somebody keeps talking about somebody's body, which is really interesting. I don't know. Is the Queen of Cups energy doing that with her sign? You know what I mean? Is the Queen of Cups lesbian? One of the Queen of Cups energies is a lesbian. Pisces, Cancer, female, Scorpio. Someone is a lesbian. Like are they bi or something? And they could be talking. They could be talking with the fire sign energies about Earth sign, or they're talking to you. That's why I have to Nine of Wands next to the Four of Wands. I have to keep defending myself because I don't really mean what I'm saying, whatever it is. But Nine of Wands are your energy. They keep talking about a feeling that they have Capricorn. They keep talking about a feeling that they have about Capricorns and Taurus, Virgo, whatever, bodies, looks, whatever it is. They're doing it with you. They're doing it with you, whatever it is. All right, Leo, let me know how it resonates. Be well. Take care. Bye.